Hello everyone and welcome to Sacred Symposium. This is a channel where I do, just trying to get the lighting right, it's going to get so dark, so I thought I'd switch a light on now because it is going to get dark when I do this channel. So Tuesday the 21st of November 2023, this is where I do some channeling direct from spirit energy to you. And it just is some information that you may find helpful or beneficial, and the idea is that I open my energy up, which I've done already, and I invite some energies or entities or spirit energy, you might say, forward to communicate and give me some words to say. I find channeling quite fun to do. I find it quite easy. It's almost better than me trying to think of something and say something myself. I find that actually just stepping back and allowing spirit to speak, and they put words in my head which then I'll say to you. I do have my trusty blue stone, but I was doing a tarot a moment ago, and I had this in my pocket, so I just think I'll hold both of them now today just to do this channel for you. So let's see, I might move that light a little, just bear with. Okay, I've moved that slightly. You can probably see a big shadow here of me here, but hopefully that'll be, I think, a little bit clearer. I hope you're having a good day. As I said, it's Tuesday the 21st. Last night I had I didn't have great sleep. I actually woke up around 1 and then I woke up again about 3, but then I couldn't get back to sleep, so I've been awake since. But it wasn't like I don't feel exhausted. I was almost wired. I was almost like thinking of all these things, thinking of I do all these different work things, so it was like, oh, you could do that, you could write that, and then that's really good, and these ideas come and they're gone, they're gone. If I could only have a notebook or a recorder every single time something comes in, but my mind was just whirling away, and so I got up fairly early this morning, even though I didn't really have to. It's just, I'm feeling a real injection of energy seems to be coming through today, and I thought, let me just get on with the day and see how things are. So I don't know if you're feeling that. I don't know. The moon was certainly looking interesting last night as well. I was watching some clouds pass it, and it was so bright when the cloud passed, and you could see the reflection, that intensity of the light. And then as the clouds came over it again, it kind of dimmed, and then you kind of forget how amazingly bright it is, and then the cloud passed again, and then boom, it was just this intense light. So the light of the sun reflecting off the moon back at us was, it's such a gift, isn't it? It's like this huge light bulb in the sky. It's such a gift. It's amazing. But it was looking very interesting last night. So I don't know where we are with the moon cycles at the minute, but I'm just rabbiting on because sometimes it's good just to kind of warm yourself up a little. So I hope you had a good sleep, and if you didn't have a good sleep, just mention it below, and maybe there's quite a few of us that are experiencing the same kind of thing. So right, let's see, is there anyone here who would like to join in and express some sentiment? That's what's coming through. Just turn that a little. Okay. My tummy. I have had lunch. Hopefully it won't do that during the whole thing. Let me just loosen my tongue. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm just feeling energy come in and sit next to me, so I'm gonna just close my eyes and see what we can get. Hopefully it won't be too long. I'm not going to do a big, long, deep one for this, but let's see what we get. just change the light slightly. Okay. We are saying many, many things, and she is hearing them, but not saying them. You find that although she is incredibly open and able, she can sometimes be reluctant to just go with in the initial beginning stages. Many channelers have often groups of beings that they stick to and that they rehearse with, you might say. Whereas this one has many who come through, and sometimes groups come through as a combined energy. And so there needs to be an awareness of that possibility also, that although she may wish to identify which individual or expanded energy is with her, often it can be an amalgamation, a collaboration, a group effort, so to speak. And we are feeling that now. We are feeling that we are part of a collaborative, energetic, resonance, we wish to say, and that this resonance is one which is connecting with her now. And it is connecting and flowing and enabling her to be able to suspend her conscious mind for a moment and not decipher every little thing, but simply allow more and more. These are the keys to your development, and you can use these in your own life from day to day, week to week, month to month. There is an acknowledgement of how beneficial it would be for you to simply let go of the reins sometimes. We understand there is a tarot card which says take up the reins of your life and move forward, and that she is pointing out that that is an action-based card, and one where you do decide to take control and to make some decisions. But we are saying that in the midst of that there is a flow, there is a projection of energy through you. And should you be able to connect with that, you will understand more and more each decision that comes up to be made and where it comes from and what it is about. There is a process occurring and a revitalizing or rejuvenation, as this one was speaking of earlier, which is happening to yourselves, your conscious selves, but also the physical self. And so there is a need to adjust to this flowing energy, to this frequency of energy, to this power source which is coming through and which is adding new elements to you, adding new elements to your physical, adding new elements to your emotional, to your mental field of energy. And through this there will be great developments. Through this there will be stairs to higher realms, stairs to higher vibrations and frequencies. And in these spaces you will learn a great deal. There is much that is wanting within you. There is much that has been left unheard or understood, misunderstood, not understood, we would say even. There is a lack of any registration of certain elements in your life. There is not an avoidance, but there is almost an unawareness. There is a lack, again we say, of this conscious realization of who you are, of what you are, even in your physical nature. Your physical nature is also changing and rejuvenating to hold more of your spiritual self. Did you know that? That you are beginning to become more of the vessel, to become more of the matching frequency, which is a shell, you might say, to hold and encompass and receive more and more of the higher frequencies that are coming forward. Your higher being is one, its nature is one, where it is of a very powerful, we don't want to say frequency again, but it is the word that suits most. It is a source, yes, a source of power, a source of being, a source of energy. And it is currently, it is focused in many places right now, and you are currently receiving it in your state as you are right now watching this. And so you are receiving a version of this energy. It is not simply that's your whole energy. It is not simply it is pointed directly at you. It is expansive, and it has many places where it resides, and one of those is you. This may signal an alarm to you that your energy could be spread further, that it could be in other places, and that it could be working in other fields, we would say, while it is working within your field. So it is much more complex than the simple I am here and then my higher is there, and then that's me walking through the cosmos in my higher, and that's where I will return to. It is more expansive, it is more integrative, it is more collaborative. And as with this energy grouping that is passing through this one currently, there are additional energies which can infiltrate is not the right word, because it is one where it is done permissionless, and we would say there is great permission being allowed here, so infiltration is not correct. It is allowed, it is encouraged, it is supported, it is received. The energy is commanded often. We are addressing your commands, and we are addressing your signature, which reaches out to touch us and to reach us and to speak to us and to simply connect. And then we return the vibration, we return the frequency, we return the energy with more of us involved, in order to translate and give you a script, so to speak, where you can then feel able to decipher the words that we wish to have expressed. And through this expression, it gives us a channel of reaching you and being present with you and sitting with you and spending time. And so this is a great advantage in your evolution, but also in your healing. Many of you come to these seminars because you wish to heal, and there is much to heal. There's much to heal on your planet. This is a constant healing process which is occurring. All your traumas are coming up to be healed. All of this damage is coming up so you can mend it. All of the wounds are coming up so that you can apply medicine to the wounds. And so it is learning about the medicine, it is learning about all these valuable remedies, or the assistance that you can give, that you can apply, that you can share, that you can serve onto these difficult aspects. And so it is part of the journey, it is part of the experience, and if you're experiencing it right now, then it has been drawn into your consciousness, it has been drawn into your vibration in order that you can experience it, in order that you can reach for a remedy, and in order that you can serve best by that development. That development would not have occurred in any other way. And so, as difficult as these elements are to understand, there is greater process behind all of them. We would say the sooner you realize this, the more that you can do, and the more that you can reach for, and the more that you will be supported, the more that you will be enabled to administer this frequency of hope and love. We reduce the suffering, we reduce the pain, but it is important to understand that a level of discomfort occurs in order to make you expand, in order to watch you grow, in order to serve you and your highest requests. Your requests came long before you came to the earth, and so there is a management, or a pathway that will bring you where you need to be, but it is not pain-free. And for many, they create a happy life, they create a good life, they create a creative life, they create a satisfying life. And there is less disharmony within that energy. But throughout time, much disharmony has been passed down from generation to generation, and therefore there is a crashing course of events which tend to pivot in a direction which sets some of humanity up for a more difficult experience. But it is not without its support, it is not without its refreshment, it is not without its value. And so the teaching is to acknowledge what is occurring, but to acknowledge what has occurred within you, to acknowledge the difference. The sedentary motion is no longer enough. There is a requirement to move, possibly to move in action, but more than that, to move in your being. And it is a challenge which is occurring right now, spreading far and wide, more so than ever before, because of the nature of the changing environment, because of this new frequency which has approached the planet. You cannot have hopes and wishes and dreams built on loose foundations. You cannot have hopes, wishes and dreams built while desperation occurs. You cannot have hopes, wishes and dreams built with incredible turmoil and suffering. Acknowledge that those things exist right now within your brothers and sisters, and acknowledge that in order to transmute and transcend, there needs to be a witnessing, and flowing from that witnessing is so much knowledge, is so much education. You are learning about yourself, and we want to remind you of that this is educational, that this is a grand scheme, and not only are you learning, but many are learning of you, from you, with you. And then they pass that on. And that is how the good growth occurs. So, to finish, exemplify all resources to enhance the aspect that is being born within you. Newness is around the corner. You are finding your feet, my friend. And you are not on your own while you do so. There is much to be said for spiritual communication, to allow you a greater understanding, a deeper understanding, a higher understanding. And it only takes a moment or two to realize. Thank you. We hope we have gone some way to shed some light on this aspect. We have said enough. We will step back. Thank you. Okay, that was interesting. It seemed to be coming through my solar plexus, but from behind I could kind of feel it coming in, just sort of here, just this point. So that's your sacred symposium for today. I'm going to listen back and see how that was, and I hope it makes sense. But while things are up in the air, take care of yourselves. Drop down into your heart and ask for support and ask for protection, morning and evening.